Hi, everybody. I hope you've had a good week. It is October 8th, and I'm going to talk about the previous paper, paper number 1, and the upcoming paper, your research paper, and some other housekeeping things. So let's start with the first paper. I did finish grading everybody's paper who turned one in. I finished that yesterday. A handful of you, I would think, a handful is a good descriptive term, have viewed my comments. So I would expect all of the rest of you to look at my comments as well, because everybody's comments are different. Some things are similar in what, as a whole, my classes need to do. For instance, working on a thesis sentence, organizing your paragraphs, making sure you have topic sentences and transitions, making sure you have enough quotes, making sure the quotes are done in proper MLA format. Many people had issues with those things, but I did talk to everybody specifically about their papers in my comments. Most of you, the vast majority of you, did read your rough draft comments before you turned in your final copy. So reading the comments on this paper will help you for the next paper, because the next paper, as you know, is a research paper that is comparing two short stories. If you don't know that, and you're watching this and haven't read any of the PowerPoints yet, or assignments or anything from the past couple of weeks, then scroll down to weeks 6 and 7, and I think even the end of week 5, and make sure that you read everything there. All of the PowerPoints, all the notes, all of the video lectures, watch the YouTube videos and other narrative PowerPoints that I've posted. By the end of this week, you should have read the next 4 stories. So for a total of 8 stories this semester, you'll have read. The first 4 you already had a quiz over. I did finish grading your quizzes last night as well. So you're welcome to go to the quiz and find out which ones you got wrong. Your next quiz will be due this Sunday, and it is on the last 4 stories. The 2 Edgar Allan Poe stories, The Cask of Amontillado and The Telltale Heart, as well as This Is What It Means to Say Phoenix, Arizona, and The Things They Carried. Now, over the past couple of days, I've posted notes on both of the Edgar Allan Poe stories. I have not posted notes yet on the Tim O'Brien story or the Sherman Alexie story, but I plan to do so later today and tomorrow. So that way, the quiz will be posted by tomorrow night. If it's not, look for it on Saturday morning, but I do give you 48 hours, so I'm really planning on getting it posted tomorrow night. So that quiz will be similar to the first one. Now let me tell you a little bit about the quiz format. Most of you have been doing the format correctly, as I asked for the very first day. And I was thinking, because I'm new to online learning, as many of you are, especially for an entire semester and all your classes, I was thinking that the way I had asked you to turn them in would be easier for me. And it is easy when you number them and put the letters. But I'm going to allow you to download the quiz and highlight the answer or circle it. So that can be another way that you turn the quiz in. You don't have to turn it in the exact way that I have as a sample on the quiz sheet. So that'll be quiz number 4. As of today, your grade is up to date in the grade book. I've graded everything that you've turned in. So not only should you be looking for notes on the Tim O'Brien story and the Sherman Alexie story, but you should continue to look for notes on writing a research paper. And those notes will be in this week's folder, next week's folder, the following week's folder. So just make sure that you're looking for those notes. I'm currently working on a presentation for you on finding research in the library. Then I'll be providing PowerPoints on how to avoid plagiarism, how to cite sources in your text. I'll give you some YouTube links, and how to write a works cited page. So be looking for all of those things in the next couple of weeks. By the time you finish your 2 short stories, you're done reading for a while. These, at least the fiction, the imaginative literature, you do have to read the articles that you find for your research paper. But in terms of imaginative literature, the next set or the next unit of imaginative literature will be poetry, and that's in a few weeks. So starting the end of this week and into the next couple of weeks, we're working completely on the research paper. You do have, besides the quiz on Sunday, a brainstorming lesson or a brainstorming assignment that's due. So if you have not read the brainstorming assignment sheet, please do so, because there are only 2 ways that I'm going to allow you to turn the brainstorming in. And one of them is a Venn diagram, and the other is by drawing a line down the center of your page, putting the 2 stories on either side of the line, and then comparing different literary elements such as symbols, themes, and working across that way. I just described it very briefly, but my narrative PowerPoint from last week does go into that in a lot of detail. That PowerPoint is called How to Compare 2 Essays. So make sure you read the assignment carefully, then read the brainstorming. What is also due besides that brainstorming is a thesis sentence. So I will, of course, read all of the brainstorming and thesis sentences and give you some guidelines. If by the beginning of next week you decide by Monday or Tuesday at the latest that you want to change texts even after you've turned in your brainstorming, you can. You'll just have to let me know that you've decided to, instead of comparing these 2 stories, I want to compare these. So don't feel that you're locked into anything by Sunday, but you will be locked in by about the beginning of next week, about Tuesday or so. So you do have 2 assignments due on Friday. Not Friday, I'm sorry, Sunday. Sunday by 11:59. And I will post the quiz tomorrow. So be looking for that. And that way you can get the quiz in. You can be working on your brainstorming anytime. I will be posting notes later on all of the stories, as well as more information on the research papers. So I think I covered everything. The rough draft is coming up. That will be due on the 18th. I believe you have a journal due on the 14th. So be looking for an email probably at the beginning of this coming week. And that way the email will give you more information on the due dates of things coming up, as well as what your rough draft will incorporate. Now, the final paper is 1,500 words. I think I said the rough draft needs to be 750, but I'm not sure about that. I'll give you more information on that in the email. So I think that's it. The housekeeping information, looking at your prior paper, what's coming up, and I hope you have a good weekend coming up, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.